Siscom is on a mission, really, to enable capital flow into the digital infrastructure, AI, and technology space. Over the last couple of decades, as we have seen massive growth and funding flow into the technology industry across other markets, in Kenya and across Africa, we have seen very little activity in terms of sovereign or local capital flowing into the technology industry. This is despite the fact that technology is one of the high value industries in terms of return on investment, in terms of opportunity. You can look at what's happening in digital payments and financial services, and in terms of job creation. The World Bank estimates that increased flow into the tech industry could add up to 1.5 million digital jobs every year across the ecosystem Africa. Unfortunately, consistently, very little capital is flowing into this industry, and there's no place that this gap has been felt other than the digital and AI infrastructure space. According to the Communications Authority and the ICT Authority in Kenya, the funding gap for digital infrastructure in Kenya today stands at $959 million and is expected to grow up to $3 billion with the growing demand for AI infrastructure. The more this demand is not being met means stifling innovation, stifling economic growth, data residing in foreign markets, which goes against the data sovereignty laws, and the inability of African companies to actually take advantage of the intelligence from their own data because they simply do not have access to it. When we began the journey, the project Siscom, we knew that the biggest problem in Africa or Kenya is not in capital, but in the ability to intermediate small ticket capital so that it can be able to unlock the big opportunities in the technology industry. So Siscom is building a multi-faceted platform and innovation approach that focuses on key different areas of capital formation. So as an example, we innovate around capital formation as funds that are strategically diversified across different digital infrastructure opportunities like data centers, connectivity, edge infrastructure, and in future, tower infrastructure and fiber. At the same time, we are building one of Africa's most disruptive and innovative tokenization protocol. And really, this proprietary tokenization platform is aimed at being able to bring liquidity and access to alternative retail capital in the industries. What we are doing is using this innovation, we will be able to convert digital infrastructure assets, think of data centers, think of edge infrastructure. At the same time, assets in the technology space that have traditionally not been perceived as assets like software. Think about software as a service solution. Think about your platform as a service solutions, converting this into tangible financial assets that everyday Africans, youthful investors and retail investors can actually own. Why? Because these are assets, just like any other asset. Software as a service solution earns monthly revenue consistently and is scalable. In fact, it's more scalable than traditional hard or physical assets. But the perception has always been that these are not assets, and this is the role of our tokenization approach. We're also building innovation around value-added services that can be able to just have a multiplier effect in the ecosystem, including working with our partners to create AI campuses as well as AI verticals that can support the new and emerging AI opportunity. Siscom really is one of the most innovative Kenyan startups and African startups because we focus on the core, right? We have seen everyday young innovators, young technical people, now with AI engineers, having brilliant ideas. But if you speak to 10 innovators or 10 technology entrepreneurs, 9 or 8 of them are going to point to a challenge of capital. And the biggest gaps are in early stage capital, right? The phase where you need friends and family or small capital to finance experiment or to finance growth. We see a big gap in that place. Siscom, for the first ever, is championing new ways of thinking, using, converting digital economy assets into financial assets that people can own, and while doing so, driving capital to these innovative ideas so that they can scale, they can solve Pan-African problems, and they can return value for the stakeholders.